Okay, we're going to do a reboot on this. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wake Up Wednesday. So excited to have you here. I am really pumped today. I don't know, maybe because we got a really special guest in the house, Tony King, but I want to hear from everybody who has never been on this call before because we've been doing Wake Up Wednesday for over 4 years. We've held three retreats. I went to Gene Frederick a few years ago and said, I have this crazy idea, kind of want to do a talk show, come as you are, feel safe environment. And he kind of laughed at me and said, okay, Peg, do whatever you want. Well, it has exploded. We are international. And we meet every Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And it truly is, this is your meeting, guys. This is to be able to ask questions, talk, give referrals, grow, have a wonderful community. So that's kind of the backstory on Wake Up Wednesday. So who's here for the first time? I saw the Rick. You want to introduce yourself and tell us where you're from? Newman over there. Hey,
Hey, good
the
morning,
Rick.
everybody.
Hi.
I'm Rick Jensen. My brand is the Rick, eXp Realty and the Rick, perfect together. My first time here, yeah, I'm in Catonsville, Maryland, which is uh, Baltimore area,
Okay.
but I serve, all the way up all the counties around Baltimore. And I've got a couple friends and colleagues here, Lara, Barry, and I see Pamela's here. This is my first time here. My sponsor really leaned into me to come out and start joining some of these meetings.
So who's your sponsor?
Dave Knord.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised. That's fantastic. I love the support. So, just a quick little backstory with you. I was with KW for over 16 years, and I did market centers all over the country. And I was in Annapolis. Dave Kenord was my general manager, and I was working with Severna Park and Annapolis. That's when I was actually living with Gene and Susan Frederick. So, that's a whole
Okay.
other story. But yeah, I know
Wow, you're a name
exactly where
dropper. You're a world-class name dropper.
well, let me tell you, if it wasn't for Gene Frederick, we would not have this platform. For those of you who don't know, I'm the head coach on his leadership team. Annie over there is his sister, and everybody here is in this amazing community, just lifting each other up and helping us grow. So, the Rick, we're so glad you're here. And
Peggy, I did 25 years as an environmental geologist doing, contaminated soil and water cleanups. Hit a wall, couldn't do anymore, so I became a realtor in, guess what? February of 2020. So I couldn't do anything for a year and a half. But I met Dave on the sideline of the lacrosse field, and we started talking, and that came over to eXp in 2021.
that's fantastic. Well, congratulations. And if you guys got referrals in that area, he's one of the people to go to. I love
Yeah.
it. Well, we hope you keep showing up. Thanks for being here. Is it Newman? Is that first or last name?
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
It's well, you've seen Seinfeld, so I was a star in Seinfeld. I was Newman. No, obviously I wasn't, but it's Barry Newman. So I've been a real estate broker in Glenview, which is a suburb just by Chicago. So I've lived in Chicago my entire life, and I've been in real estate for 26 years. I've been with eXp. I'm really happy that I just watched a video from Tony King the other night. I was very impressed. It really helped me. I love those kind of videos. I'm really trying to learn. And yeah, I mean, I don't have the great story I just heard. That's a great story being a geologist and going into real estate. I was wondering, how does one do something like that? I could see it going the other way maybe a little more, but I'd like to be a geologist. But anyway, my sponsor now, because of the new way of sponsorship, is Don Hobbs, and
Fantastic.
you know, I, I I think people don't realize how important. I think they realize how important it is to have a great sponsor. But who knows in the beginning when you get a great sponsor and your sponsor says to you, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, this, and this," and then you join and then he does nothing, and then like you're stuck. You're being told you have to leave the company for a while and then you can get another sponsor. So I think sponsorship's really important, and so I guess I'm very lucky to have Don. And I've heard about you, and they said I've got to come on the Wednesday meeting, so here I am.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Me too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And this is, like I said, it doesn't matter whose downline you're in, whose your sponsors, we're all here to support. We have formed great relationships from this. Anybody else on for the first time that wants to say hi or tell us where you're from? Okay, so with that,
Oh,
I am, whoops,
oh,
did I?
this is Brooks, first
Oh,
time
hi,
here.
Brooks.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm from Bellingham, Washington, and just glad to be here.
Well, you're up super early at 6 a.m. You're my 6 a.m. club. I love it.
Okay,
When
thanks.
Well, I appreciate it. When I lived in California, I was doing this at 6 a.m. when I was out at Laguna Beach. So this is fantastic. We got a great group. Annie is going to put in the chat our Wake Up Wednesday. You can follow us. And, it is such an amazing opportunity to have a platform like this where we can all come together. Sometimes we have speakers, sometimes we don't. But this man, Tony King, I actually met him. I don't know if you remember last year, real quick, Tony, we met at San Diego. I was helping the rally. I was doing the rally and I put together the speaker dinner. And we met very, very quickly out there. And I really, people say, do you know Tony? I'm like, no, I don't know Tony. And I pretty much so know a lot of people. So when we got to see each other in Dallas about 2 weeks ago, I kind of cornered you and I told you who I was and what I was doing. And I said, would you be a guest on Wake Up Wednesday? And I think you thought, like, who's this crazy lady? Because Gene came up to me later and said, Tony wanted to make sure you were the real deal. And, he gave his blessings on this. So you are amazing what you're doing with this company. You are vice president of US growth, but give us your background because, you just didn't show up as a figurehead here. You come with so much to pour into us. So this is your opportunity to brag on yourself, Mr. Tony King.
Well, thank you so much, Peggy, first and foremost. Good morning, everyone. It's an honor, a pleasure to be up with you all. Can we give up like some love and some chats and some hearts and emojis and stuff for the incredible Peggy DeLano who put this thing together and has been so faithful and consistent. You all would not believe two things. Number one, how challenging it is to be authentically yourself and to be consistently authentic over and over and over and keep showing up. You would not believe that. And so kudos to you, Peggy. And there's no mystery behind the success that you've seen, that Gene sees, and that this entire EXP organization sees. It's because of people like you. And so thank you, first and foremost. You're
I
amazing.
appreciate that.
Um, Okay, what was your question? All right, so listen, I'm
Brag
Tony
on
King,
yourself. Tell
Vice
us who you
President
are.
of Growth. Yeah. So, yeah, history, background. Listen, none of that stuff really matters. I'll answer the question because she asked. I've been in real estate 20 years. In that time period, I've done like pretty much all of the things. And so, from top producing agent, as an individual agent, I did 120 transactions, which is me, a TC, and ISA, and like that was it. And so like 120 deals here in the Dallas Fort Worth area, and so became one of the top 8 agents. I don't technically it's top 10, but I say top 8 because I was number 8, and so like dang
Okay.
it, it's top 8, right? And so
Yep.
top agent DFW at one point. From there I was at Remax, and then I went to Redfin. Redfin, I started a team. I was one of the first team leaders there. Grew a team from 6 agents to about 16 agents in 6 months. We were doing, some significant volume, about 500 million. And then from there, they asked me to run the brokerage. So I ran the whole brokerage for Redfin here in Texas. And then they promoted me to VP. And then someone caught my attention about eXp. Came over to eXp as the designated broker for the state of Texas, and like 6,000 some agents that we had at that time. And then we grew in Texas from about 6,000 to about 10,000 agents that were under my license. A lot of sleepless nights at that time period. And so at some point, because of the incredible growth in Texas, our executive team was like, hey, we're growing really big in Texas. We should have someone in Texas just focused on growth. And so they promoted me to the executive team, and here I am. And so that kind of is like the mercifully short, obviously all kinds of pits and valleys and learning experiences throughout that. But that kind of is a high level. Ultimately, I don't think you guys care about that. I think you guys care about, hey, like, what can you do for me? And so, and that's okay. Like that's what this role is. That's what this morning is about. It's more about what I can do for you more than like my credentials or whatever, because nobody really cares. So what I do now is that I help you all to recruit agents, top producing agents, and independent brokerages or broker owners and team leaders to EXP. That's all I do all day long, except for like now. Right after this, I have a call with a team leader. Last night, I ended the evening with a broker owner in California, and she had like 190 agents, and they said yes to the dress. One call, one shot, one kill. And so we incredible attractor brought her, Leo Robles, actually, if you know him. He brought incredible opportunity, and he said, "Hey, you got to meet with Tony." I met with her. We had a conversation, and she's ready to join. And so now we're talking about onboarding in a couple weeks. And so that's and I'm not saying that I'm like great or anything. I'm just telling you what I do and what I can do for you. And so I'll maybe start with this if you're taking notes. One of the biggest misconceptions for the new folks, Brooks and the Rick and some of you all that are relatively new to this, one of the biggest misconceptions is that you've got to know everything about EXP before you start recruiting. That is absolutely not true. And as a matter of fact, take it from me, one of the things that will prevent you from being incredibly successful at recruiting is trying to know everything about EXP or thinking you know everything about EXP. Those two things can be completely detrimental to your success here. The better strategy that we see over and over and over again is simply being a connector and saying, "Hey, I don't know how this works," right? You focus on the relationship piece, and then like, "I don't know how this works. Let me put you with someone that knows how this works." His name's Don Hobbs. His name's Gene Frederick. Her name's Peggy. Let me introduce you to Tony King. All right. And so that is, and why is that the more successful strategy? Number one, because it relieves all the stress on you. It keeps the focus on your prospect, but then it also is a duplicatable process. And write this down. If it doesn't duplicate, it doesn't matter, right? You will never grow an organization big unless what you're doing duplicates one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 levels down. Can the people on level 7 do exactly what you're doing? Can a brand new agent that got a real estate license yesterday do what you're doing? Okay. Absolutely anybody can ask questions and then introduce them to someone that has the answer. Anybody can do that. And the way that you bring someone into this business is the way that they're going to bring someone into this business. If you have to have all the answers, they think they have to have all the answers. If you have to be making $1 billion a week in revenue share to be successful, then that they have no hope, right? But if you're brand new and you're like, "Hey, I just got here, I don't know how it works, talk to this guy,"
Right.
anybody can do that.
I love that. And I learned that from the very beginning from Gene. He's like, "Don't worry about the world. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. Talk about what your passion is and get other people, leverage other people to take them into the world or do this or answer questions on that." So I love that you're talking about that, Tony. That's so important because so many people I find are getting ready to get ready because they're trying to learn everything and they think, "I can't do this." You don't have to do it. You joined. That's a statement and an endorsement right there. Just do what Tony said. Get on a call with anybody. Anybody in this company will help you. So, Tony, you were up on stage just a couple of weeks ago, Bill in Dallas. Loved your presentation. The room loved your presentation. Energy, everything. Talk to us about that. What are some of the things that you think are really important for agents right now?
Yeah. So what I'd say, and just to piggyback on what you just mentioned, talk to anybody and everybody, right? And again, keep that emphasis on them and their business. Again, you don't have to be the product. And another thing is like folks will think, "Well, hey, I'm not selling a ton of real estate, and so I can't like recruit because I'm not selling $100 million a year, or I'm not doing 100 transactions a year, or whatever it is. I don't have a team or brokerage. I can never recruit someone." Again, we've got to get the emphasis off of yourself and get it onto that prospect, the person that you're having the conversation is with. It's all about them. What are their goals? What are their expectations? Where are they in their real estate career, and what's next, most importantly, and what's holding them back from getting there? The more time, the more focus you can spend on them and what their needs are, the better off that you're going to be, and the easier it is, right? It relieves the stress from you from having to like be like I if I had to say to you, "Hey, you got to go and sell 100 properties before you can go recruit your first agent," that puts a whole lot of people at a disadvantage, right? Versus anyone can go again up to that to the agent that's doing 100 deals a year and saying, "Hey, have you hit your max potential yet? Do you feel like you've hit your max potential? No? Why not? What's holding you back?"
hmm So, Tony, you're doing some great things here in terms of giving little tidbits. What are some of the biggest objections, or how should, all right, let me just back it up before we get to the objections. And agents on this call, how do they even begin?
Great question. Um, I say that there's about four things that you need to get started in agent attraction. The first one is a time block.
Hmm.
Again, I do this all day, every day. I work with every single top leader, like the best of the best in terms of our attractors here at eXp. Every single one of them, every single one, to include Gene, to include everyone. Like every one of them, the one thing they all have in common, at least when they were getting started and growing these incredible organizations, they had a specific time that they focused on the agent attraction side of your business. And so if I were to sit with you, by the way, and I were to ask you, we don't have time to do it this morning. Sometimes depending on the group size I can, I'll say, hey, what are your rep share goals? And if you were to say to me, hey, I want to bring in 50 agents this year. I want to bring in 100 agents this year. Okay, cool. I would say to you, that's amazing. Let's look at your calendar. And does your calendar reflect the calendar of someone that brought in 50 agents or 100 agents in 12 months? And that's when the start. People are like, well, see, what had happened was, well, see, I got to do this other thing too, and I got this. And it's like, okay, I understand that. Again, your calendar should reflect your goal. And
Hmm.
so, how much time are you willing to invest in what you say that your goal is? Put it on there and block it. And by the way, when you block that time, nothing else gets to interfere on that. Okay. Not closings, not listing presentations, not buyer tours, none of that stuff. Okay. And schedule it at a time that you can actually do it and that you can be consistent with it. Like Peggy, what we talked about, success leaves clues. When you show up consistently, you see consistent results. When you show up spontaneously, you get spontaneous results. When you never show up, you never get results, right? Some people say, "Hey, man, I've been in eXp 5 years, 10 years, and I've only recruited 10 people." It's like, well, how much time have you spent? Well, I do it just kind of as I can. Well, that's what you get, right? I mean, that is the result of the effort that you put in, and so that's where it starts. Number one is with time blocking and then protecting that time block. Okay, now, Tony, I got this time block. What do I do during this time? What you do during that time, the very first time block, right? And hopefully you've already went. Hopefully I got some action takers. You're up this morning for a reason, right? You're not up just to listen to me yap. You're up to actually take action. And so hopefully some of you are already went in your calendar. You already put in your time block, recurring, whether it's weekly, daily, monthly, whatever. Awesome. Your very first time block, you're going to make a list. You're going to make a list of every single person that you know.
Hmm.
Did I say every agent that you know?
Nope.
I did not. I said every single person that you know, right? Obviously, the agents are going to get a star, right? Because we're going to start with them, right? But one of the most undertapped resources that you can use for agent attraction is everyone else that you know on this planet throughout the entire country. Why do I say that? Well, because, and I say this country, but we're talking actually 30 different countries. And so some of y'all have relationships in one of our other countries. But as you go through your phone book, or let's just say go through your family, you may have an Aunt Debbie that lives in Delaware, right? So you call Aunt Debbie that lives in Delaware, and you can say to Aunt Debbie, now I'm going to presume that Aunt Debbie is not, hard up and like, I'm going to presume Aunt Debbie lives in a place with four walls and a roof. Is that fair? Does everybody
That's
have an Aunt
fair.
Debbie? Okay, she lives in a place with four walls and a roof. Do you know statistically who sold her that place with four walls and a roof? Take a
She
guess.
probably doesn't remember sometimes.
That's fair. But statistically speaking, who sold her that place with four walls and a roof?
An agent.
An agent. Thank you. Right. I said this stuff ain't hard. Yes, an agent. An agent. So 85% of homes get sold by an agent. So is it cool to call Aunt Debbie and say, "Hey, Aunt Debbie, how have you been? It's been incredible. It was great seeing you at Thanksgiving or the family union or whatever. That pumpkin pie you made was incredible. I can't wait to get another slice. It was so good, but I can only have like one or two slices a year because I'm trying to watch my weight. You know how that goes. Yada yada. Hey, listen, Aunt Debbie, this is completely random, but my real estate business is absolutely exploding. You know I'm in real estate, right? Because I know that I'm not a secret agent. I know that you know that I'm in real estate, right? But what you don't know, Aunt Debbie, is that not only am I in real estate, but I am expanding my real estate team and it is going bananas. We're actually expanding into Delaware. Believe it or not, my team is expanding into Delaware. Would you mind introducing me to the agent that sold you your house? Would you mind introducing me with the three-way chat to the agent that sold you your house? Do you think Aunt Debbie's going to do that for you? Especially after you just told
Absolutely.
her how incredible her pumpkin pie was, even though she put cinnamon in it and it's kind of weird. But like, did you, is she willing to do that for you?
She's better. Yeah,
You
of course
better,
she's
right?
gonna. You
Absolutely,
just
she do that for
buttered her
you.
up.
You just buttered her up, exactly, with their own pumpkin pie, right? And so that's the idea. And so every single person that you know in your first time block, you put them on that list and you start making those calls. Ask them who sold them their house. Right.
Hmm.
Here's another one that gets really untapped is your preferred lender, your preferred title company, your preferred mortgage company, the insurance guy, the home inspector, all of these kind of real estate adjacent fields that you can reach out to. So you call your preferred lender and you say to your preferred lender, hey, Mr. Preferred Lender, man, I am in growth mode. I'm in complete expansion mode. My real estate team, as you know, we're kicking butt. We're expanding all over the country. But specifically right here, I'm growing my team. And so who are the top agents that you're working with right now?
Mm.
Who are the top agents that you're working with right now, Mr. Inspector, whatever, right? Home insurance guy. Who's the top agents you're working with? Would you mind introducing me? Look, it may or may not be for them. I don't know, but I need some good agents. Would you mind introducing me? Now, if that preferred lender, that preferred title company rep wants to stay your preferred title company rep, before you hang up the phone, she's going to give you like three names, right? Your yes or yes,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Same thing goes for your, and I see a lot of beautiful people here. I know a lot of people are going to the hair salon and they're going to the nail salon, right? And they got all these things going on. Your barbershop, all those things. As you're counting out your tip, because we all tip our professionals, right?
Right.
And guess what? Your barber, your hair salon, your nail tech lives in a place with four walls and a roof, right?
Yep.
So you ask your nail tech, oh, hey, listen, you may not know this, which hopefully they do, but hey, I'm in real estate and I'm expanding my real estate team. Would you mind introducing me to the agent that sold you your house? By the way, while you're counting out the tip, would you
Love
mind
that.
introducing me to the agent that sold you your house?
That is perfect. And Tony, I just want to go back to what you said about the
Yes.
lender. Think about this. Agents, I'm not saying the ones on this call, but agents typically are always looking out for handout. Evelyn is our lender there in California. They always are expecting the lender to provide lunch, to buy them coffee. Shocker. When I call the lender and I invite the lender to lunch or coffee, 9 times out of 10, they will say to me, oh my God, nobody's ever done that. The
Mm,
agents don't think that way. So,
gimme, gimme, gimme.
exactly. So, take your mortgage person out to lunch or buy them coffee. It's a simple investment. Show them and also ask them, how can I help you? Just don't be, the give me, give me, give me. But I guarantee you, if you call your lender and invite them out to coffee, or maybe you're a new agent and you haven't even had a deal yet, and you want to get to know a lender, figure out which one it is and still invite them out to coffee. How can I help you? And then they will, in return, ask you, what do you need from me? But I,
I'm so glad you asked that question.
I love
I'm in
it.
expansion mode. I need high producing agents. I need top agents. Who do you know that you can introduce me to? Right?
And here's a follow up on that, Tony, especially with lenders. What you can say to them is, listen, I know how hard you work when you refer a person to me. They're going to do more business with our company. I am going to be totally invested with their business, and I'm going to make sure that they keep using you. So, right there, it's a win win because you're going to get more leads as well. You can't
That's it.
just always be asking and taking. There's got to be such a huge give back on this.
There's this is a relationship business if you haven't figured that out by now. And the same thing goes for obviously the production side of your business, but also for the agent attraction side of your business, for every side of your business, by the way, retention, whatever it is a relationship focused business. And when you get that, and by the way, if you're taking notes, I would encourage you to write this down, all of agent attraction. And so we have an incredible course that we put together. It's called Fast Attract. And so we're actually retooling that right now. We're going to roll out something brand new at EXPCon. You all are hearing about this first. Is going to be called Agent Attraction Academy. And so what I just covered is going to be obviously featured within there, but the Agent Attraction Academy, which you can sign up for at EXPCon, is going to be incredible. Now, that said, one of the overarching deals of like what is agent attraction, because there's so many ways to do it and there's so many different like, kind of frameworks and thought processes. And, one person says you got to do it this way and the other person says don't ever do that because like it doesn't work
Yeah.
anymore, and like it's constant, right? When we look at every attractor all across the company, right? And we look at what do all of them have in common? All the systems, all the frameworks, all the mindsets, all the different activities. What do all have in common? They are focused on two things and two things only. So you're going to write this down. Make friends and help them with their real estate business. That's it. Make friends, help them with their business. You do that, you win. Period. Point down. And every single attractor that does ed, whether it's the folks that are influencers and crushing on social media, whether it's people that do events and crushing with events, whether it's people that do social media, coaching programs, doesn't matter. It's make friends, right? Start with the relationship piece and then help them with their real estate business. And by the way, you can't get them backwards. Don't start trying to help people with their business
Right.
before you've earned their trust. Okay. Earn their trust, build a relationship, and then seek to help them with their business. You do that, you will win. Period.
So an agent is thinking right now, okay, that's great, Tony, but I'm new or I'm not doing that many deals. I'm still, where do I start? I,
You said I twice in that same sentence. And so that's exactly what I'll say to that agent that's thinking that. Get your eye out of the way. Poke your eyes out, right? Poke your eyes out. It's not about you. Okay.
no.
I'm brand new. I haven't sold enough houses. Get it off of you.
Mhm.
Focus on making friends and helping them with their real estate business. That is it. And so get your eyeballs on that other person and introduce yourself. See how you can help them grow their business. What tools, what tech, what resources, who can you connect them with at eXp? What's holding them back? Best question in all of agent attraction. I use this every single day. Write this one down. Do you feel like you have hit your max potential? And again, be clear, this is against the backdrop of having built a relationship. If you don't
Yes.
start with the relationship, it doesn't work. But if you have built a relationship, it works 100% of the time.
Mhm.
100%. Okay.
I love it.
You
And
have the relationship, you ask that person, hey, can I ask you a question? Now that we're friends, do you feel like you've hit your max potential? What is the answer every single time I've ever asked that question?
nope.
Nope. Follow up question. Why not? What's holding you back?
Hmm.
Why not? What's holding you back? Then you take out your golden pen that writes in golden ink and you write down every single word that they say in their own words. Why in their own words? Because that is their frame of mind. That's how they are phrasing that. That is what they think. That's their limiting belief that they think is holding them back. And so it's so easy to bring those two things together and say, well, hey, listen, now's not the time or place to get into this. But
Right.
if I could show you how you could get these things that you just told me are holding you back, or hey, if I could introduce you to someone that actually has fixed that exact thing for like 20 other people, would that be worth a 15-minute meeting over another cup of coffee? What do you say? How's next week look?
It is a bam close. And the other thing, again, we talk about getting into relationships. Your body language, you guys, has got to be there. So when I'm doing kind of a needs analysis with agents, when I ask that question, and this works for me, it may not work for you, I go, oh, wait a minute, this is so important. Do you mind if I take notes on this? I want to make sure that I get everything that you're saying down. And right there, that builds another layer of trust in. They believe you. It's like, oh my God, I'm important enough that you want to take a note. See, it's not just someone, a talking head, as I call them, and chatter again. You are investing in them. And then sometimes I go, okay, can I just read this back to you? Because this is really important. Okay, this, you said this, and then I might even chunk it down a little bit, use a little NLP on this, chunk it down and ask them deeper. Let's go a little bit deeper. You'll know where they are when you get comfortable with this. You'll know how far you can go. And watch again. This is not about you guys. This is about them. This is about you kind of mirroring and matching. Tony, am I going there on this?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
You're kind of mirror and matching them. You're asking these questions. You're reading their tone. You're reading their body language. You're listening to their pauses, but you're going deep and you are showing that you really care because other people, they just spit out these questions. And I guarantee you, when you get really good at this and you have that relationship, you deadpan pause and say, Annie, let me just ask you something. Do you mind if I ask you a personal question? You've already built a little bit of a relationship with them. Of course, she's going to say yes. And say, Annie, when was the last time your broker asked you these questions and really wanted to know where you are in your business? And you shut up. And
Boom.
again, bam, mic drop. Their broker has not done this. Guaranteed. Sorry, I'm just kind of
No,
piggyback on
that's
what I'm
exactly
like
it.
in my zone of recruiting right now
That is
and
exactly
what
the
works.
key.
And you know, Tony, another thing before I forget is agents say, well, I don't have money to do Facebook ads or I don't have money for attraction. I'll give you a secret. It's a freebie, except for the cost of gas. Get in your car and go to an open house. Now, you're going to go in your gym shorts or your clothes or your tennis or your whatever. You are, I leave my car running sometimes. I run in, just want to meet you. Hey, I'm Peggy DeLano. I'm with eXp. God, I've wanted to meet you and I'm so happy you're doing this open house. Just kind of run through very quick. You're not getting dressed up, anything. This is a casual pop by. I don't know about you guys, but we used to years ago do pop buys for our clients and stuff. So you're going to do a pop by. You're going to walk in. If they have time to chat, this is not where you're dumping EXP, folks. You're again your first introduction of a relationship. God, I'd love to. I love find something. Pick up their brochure, their pens, whatever they're doing. I'd love to talk to you more. This looks great. Do you mind if I give you a call on Tuesday? Love to hear how your open house is, and make sure you follow up and you do that. That's the start of the relationship. You are not running in there and spewing EXP. You're not even mentioning EXP. It's compliment, compliment, compliment. Sorry, Tony, you got me. You
That's
got me
it.
going
No, I
to.
mean, and again, it's about the relationship first. If you follow that sort of framework, you're going into the open house to introduce and to love on them and to compliment
Hmm.
them. Again, that's a great way to do what? Start a relationship. And that
Hmm.
is the goal. That is the strategy. By the way, same thing for these coffee meetings. And so if you're looking at, hey, what am I doing during this time block? Right? That's a great time to have coffee meetings. Once you have your list, then you start focusing on the meetings, whether they're virtual or the coffee meetings. Your entire week is based on pointing to that, whether it's an event or whether it is a coffee meeting or whether it's a Zoom. And so when you're getting in front of people, let's say with the coffee meetings, the whole goal in that coffee meeting is one thing and one thing alone, and it's not EXP. Okay, like take EXP out of your mind, out of your vocabulary for that meeting. The only purpose in that is for you to get up from the table and that person to say, I like him. He seems
Hmm.
cool. I can hang
Yeah.
out with him again. That is the whole goal. If you do that, you win. Do not
And
bring up EXP. Even if they ask, you don't bring up EXP. We do not talk about it. Is your Didi, if your question is can you talk about EXP? The answer is no. There is no talking about EXP at that first meeting. It's all about relationship. Didi, what's your question?
Thank you, Tony, for being here. This is perfect because I'm sorry, I'm a little hoarse today. I've built a relationship with this amazing agent. We're both parents at the same school. She is with another brokerage, and she's feeling like she's got way more experience than I do, and she's a really big butt producer. She confided in me saying that she is not happy anymore with the hustle and that and I didn't mention EXP or anything. She knows I'm with EXP. I wear my t-shirts and stuff all the time. And she confided in me saying that she is not happy with the hustle. She's not happy with the work now, and that she's considering becoming a trainer for the agents. So I don't know. I listened to her. She's just kind of like tired of the whole process. But I think that what I heard was that she's not being supported. And
Mhm.
because she's very confident and very sure of herself, I'm also thinking that she might be afraid to ask for help because she's just so good. But I
Mhm.
think she's at a point where she's not getting the support she needs at the level she's at. So I don't know how the next question will be. We're going to have another meetup, and I would like to listen to her more, but also have some kind of direction for her, provide some direction without, what they call it, EXPing all over her.
Yes. Yes. No,
So
that's great.
I would love for her to maybe even join this call, which I considered it. But I don't want to be too pushy, so I'm taking it step by step and just listening. but she is an amazing, incredible person. Her confidence is through the roof. She's amazing.
I love that. I love that. And so, one of the best things, and I love because everything you said is about her. Like, and she did this and she
Mhm,
did that, and it's about her, and
mhm.
that is the exact right mindset. What I would say to her is, hey, and this is y'all the power of the third party validation or the three-way call. So you're going to want to bring in someone that is either at her level or ideally even that can speak to her from a different perspective. That if she's doing 100 deals a year, you want to talk to someone who's doing 1,000, right? Or again, this is where our executive team comes in. This is literally my job, and so I'm happy to hop on a call with her and say, hey, you mentioned to me that you would like prefer to start thinking about exit strategy or start just doing more training and less sales. I happen to have a great relationship with the vice president of eXp. I might be able to get you on his calendar to talk about how you might be able to do that at eXp if you're interested. Again, it's up to you. But I do have a relationship with him. Would you think it would be worth 15, 20 minutes to take a conversation with him to talk about what you're trying to achieve? It may or
That
may
is
not be for you.
incredible.
That's okay. Right.
No,
And
that sounds great, Tony, because she did mention growth, helping other agents grow. So
yeah.
Mhm.
that's one of the points I have from our conversation. So that's perfect.
Yep. And so, and I put my name in there, but it could be anyone that's in your organization, your sponsor, your upline, alphas, betas, whatever. Or again, it could be me. And so, whoever it is, that would be the next logical step to sort of pitch that over or introduce her to someone that around the company that has done exactly what she's trying to do. Right. So we got tons of coaches and folks that have kind of transitioned out of the production side into that. And so you want to introduce her to those opportunities. They could be potential co-sponsors or again, someone in your upline, or they could be executive team. So you got tons of options, but again, you're on the right track and thinking about her and what she's trying to do with her career. Watson.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
I,
much,
Tony,
Tony.
so much. Greetings from California. The sun is barely breaking out, and we start a great day. And just so honored to have you to be a part of our group. And
my
Peggy,
pleasure.
where'd you find all these great people? And how could we not get up at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, I love
Thank
it.
you
My
so
6
much.
a.m.ers. There's a lot of you on here.
You are the true leader. And I wanted
Facts.
to chime in with some Peggy and Tony, you talk about. Last Monday, we had this meeting with the legend, the godfather of real estate, Gene. He always tells us, go to open house, go to open house. And I know I got to do that. Finally, I took the time out. And I think far by far, that's the best impact. You make a one-on-one on
Yeah,
somebody. It's been very hard. I'm sure most of the country is hard. I has been hard. I mean, I went on for 3 hours. You'll be surprised. Some people are just, most agents are just hurting right now. I used to have like our open house, we have like at least 100 people per open house. Now we'll be lucky to get 10. I mean,
right.
10
Yep.
family, yeah. And like 90% of the time, they were just sitting there, just want somebody to come by. And you just stop by, say hello, oh, so good to meet you. Well, you did a great job, compliment them. And I like what you said, Tony, is about wow, I know the vice president of eXp. Wow, it's just a line gonna get away, and we can make special connection with you. And another thing too, I like about the open house is that, you know what, we just gotta be there to be friend. I so appreciate what this is something we try to help people's business. Well, let me tell you, I know better. I can help you this and that, but be a friend first. And we'll take that away today. And thank you so much for the advice.
Watson, tell everybody where you are and how much production you do because you're like my silent person on this call. This guy's a rock star.
Yeah, we are. Well, I do not do a lot of production, to be honest with you. At this point, I'm focusing on growth. By God's grace, I was chosen by the Apple News. I think at least half of you use iPhone, right? I was chosen by Apple. They were looking for the top 10 agent in California.
Yep.
The cool thing is that they say, hey, I think you might be qualified. Let me check, make sure everything you did online is what you actually did. And they picked me up. And I give the editor, the news editor who write the article about, he was so impressed. I said, wow, I really work hard, guys. I really pour my heart to help my client. Look at the result. I get a home sold for like 30%, sometimes 40% over the value. He was like, oh, really? Well, if you think I'm really that good, I'm not the Beverly Hills type driving Rolls Royce, making like $10 million per deal. I don't, but I do work very hard. If you think I'm good enough, would you do me a favor? If you think so, can you put me on the number one spot? The lady whose editor happened to be in London, she laughed at me. Oh, no. If you got to make it top 10 California, you'd be great. But no, I'm not sure about that. But the day when the news came out, sure enough, I was put in the number one spot, the top 10 in California,
I
along
love
with
it.
somebody. Yeah,
Isn't
thanks
that
for everybody.
amazing, guys?
Congratulations, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sometimes
Thank you.
you ask and you shall receive. That's how it goes
I
sometimes.
just want
Pasadena,
Amen.
right, Watson?
Yeah, in
Pasadena?
Pasadena.
Pasadena. Correct.
What's your average sale price there, Watson?
We have over a million for sure. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I love
So
that.
the reason
about
I'm bringing
1.2.
this up is because I want to, Tony, I want people to know who's on this call and brag that everyone who Watson consistently shows up. I mean, everybody does here, but this is the talent and the experience that will help you guys. You can reach out to anybody. We're all here to support. I know Eva's got her hand up and Steve had his hand up too. So I don't know if he still had a question up, but let's go to Eva.
Thanks, Watson.
My
Yep.
hand will be up for the rest of this call because I have no idea how to take it down, just so you know. Hi, Tony. Thank you for being here. Really a wealth of knowledge. I wanted to see if you had a script for something that I've been running into lately. A lot of the agents that I talk to have been in the business for a considerable amount of time, anywhere from 10 to 20 years. Most are productive. A lot lately, I've gotten comments that they're too old to make a change. Or maybe they mean too tired. I'm not sure, but they say too old. And I'm wondering how you would recommend responding to something like that.
Great
Yeah,
question.
no, that is a great question. Um, so I predominantly use four frameworks for every single agent attraction conversation that I have, right? And these are strategic because I know that sounds something that's unique, but it is not, right? Agents either struggling with money problems, meaning they need to close more deals or they need more revenue, right? Or they're struggling with leverage, meaning like they're probably doing okay with numbers, but they're doing too much that they need a different system, they need processes, they need access to the right rooms or people to teach them how to leverage to get to the next level. Or they're looking for an exit, right? So they figured out how to sell a bunch of real estate, they figured out the leverage piece, whether it be attraction, starting a team, brokerage, whatever. And then they start looking at, hey, now I've got this thing, but sometimes this thing can be a gilded cage for me. So I need like an exit. Like, how do I get out of this thing and go do what I want to do? Or it can be legacy. And so someone that's built something incredible and they're looking to like ride off into the sunset or look for their next entrepreneur journey, or they want to save the whales or whatever, right? Like they have this mission that's beyond just like the real estate avenue. And so those are really the only four main struggles in the real estate lifespan journey. Okay. And so the four questions that I will ask stem as a way to be able to quickly diagnose which one of those four things that they're struggling with and then move them into the next category. Now, the first one, so you can write these down, is yes, no, number, and curious, right? Yes, no, number, and curious. So we've already heard the no framework. Now I say no because I ask them a question I know that they're going to say no to. Do you feel like you've hit your max potential? Or another one great for you, Eva, would be like, what's next? Right? What comes next for you?
Right.
Right? And then you shut up and let them answer what is next? Like what is their plan? Are they going to just close the doors one day? Are they going to try to sell their brokerage? Are they going to try to like sell their book of business? Are they trying to capitalize on it? Would they like to go to referral only where they can just get paid on the book of business that they built as an individual agent? What are they trying to do? That's what we have to really get into. So again, after you've built the relationship, you built the friendship, I would transition into that, right? And then once they've told you what it is they're trying to do next, if they're trying to retire, okay, tell me more about that. Like what is that? What will retirement mean? Like, does that mean like what? You just like go to the cemetery and start digging, or like what? I mean, what do you do while you're retired? What you like? Still want income coming in? You want passive residual income? You want your stock portfolio to pay for your lifestyle? Like, what does that mean for you? Because retirement is you don't walk into a room like Michael Scott and say I'm retired, and then what happens, right? So that's where you really want to get into the details of what their in their mind retirement means. What does that mean to you? Right. And then you can transition to that into one of the if I goes, hey, I happen to know someone that literally has spent his career helping people do exactly that. Right. And then you can introduce them to me, Gene Frederick, Peggy, whoever. Right. And so, but those four frameworks, yes, no, number, and curious. The no framework, again, have you hit your max potential? We take the conversation. They're going to say no. You go from there, right? The open minded. So you ask them a question, you know they're going to say yes to. We call this the open minded framework or the yes framework. No one's walking around, even the people that are looking at retiring, saying that they're closed minded, right? Everyone's open minded. So hey, now that we're friends, can I ask you a question? Yes. Do you consider yourself an open minded person? Do you consider yourself an open-minded person? What is the answer to that every single time it's ever been asked? Yes, of course, right? Okay. Well, hey, um, now's not the time or place to get into it, but if I could show you how you could do exactly what you told me you're trying to do, like retire, would you be open-minded to hearing how it works from the vice president of the company? How he's been able to help tons of other people do exactly that. Would you be open-minded to meeting with them for maybe 20, 30 minutes?
Love it.
Right. And so that's the open-minded framework. Keep it within and you stay in that. So yes, no, number, hey, scale of 1 to 10, right? Scale of 1 to 10. How happy are you with your existing real estate business? We've heard that one. I'm sure maybe Dave even brought it up last week. Dave Kenora, that's one of his go-tos. Then whatever they say, obviously is gonna be less than 9 typically. Like, oh, I'm an 8 out of 10, I'm a 9 out of 10. Okay, well, what would it take to get you to a 10?
Mhm.
And then, hey, if I would you. Right. Well, hey, if I could show you how to do that one thing or two things that are missing, would that be worth a 10 or 15-minute meeting with one of my partners that literally has helped hundreds of businesses do exactly that? Okay. And so that is the number framework. Now, I hear someone, what if they say 10 out of 10? Awesome. If they say 10 out of 10, we transition right into a different framework. And so if they say, I'm a 10 out of 10 happy with my business right now, that is incredible. That's awesome, man. Hey, can I ask you one more question? Do you feel like you've hit your max potential? No? Why not? What's holding you back?
Mhm.
We just transitioned to into another one, right? And so that's the number framework, and then the curious. So this is the one I like, especially for Watson and who all here still in production,
A lot of
still
the agents
selling.
there.
Everybody. All
Yeah.
right, good, good, good. So this is one of my favorites for folks that are still in production and still having conversations with agents. Why do I say this is one of my favorites for you all? It's because you have so many opportunities that are probably not being taken advantage of. The first one is, of course, agents that you're closing deals with, right? Your co-broke agents on the other side of the deal. But also, if you have a listing right now, you may have at that listing 10, 20 agents that go through that listing every single week, right? These are real estate agents that you have an opportunity to reach out to. You have their contact information, you have a point of connection, which is that house. And then on the other side, you're a buyer's agent. You may have your client goes through 10 different houses on any given weekend, right? And so there's 10 different listing agents that you have the opportunity to connect with, okay? And guess what? You're going to call those listing agents and give them what?
Feedback.
Feedback. Peggy, you sound like you've been here before. Yes, that's what they want. That's what they're expecting, right? Don't be weird. A lot of times people think when it comes to agent attraction, they need to all of a sudden like be weird and think of scripts and like, turn the phrases and be clever. Don't be clever. Just be a normal agent. Call that listing agent, give them feedback on the house. Same thing on the listing side. You had 10 buyers agents go through your listing. You call those 10 buyers agents and ask them for feedback. Yes, on their listing. Exact on your listing. So, hey, listen, thank you so much for showing my listing on 123 Main Street. What does your buyers think? I'd love to get the sellers some feedback. Then you
Hmm.
shut up and listen. All right. Don't get weird. Just ask them. You just be a normal agent. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it was a great house, but it had a swimming pool. My client doesn't really want a swimming pool. Okay. Why'd you go see the house? Okay. Regardless, sounds good. Thank you for showing it. I'll convey that feedback, whatever it was, to my clients. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, before I let you go, this is completely random, by the way, but I just happen to notice that you are over there at Compass. Say, I noticed you're over there at Compass. Um, I don't know too much about their model. Why do you like it over there?
I do
I'm
that.
just curious. I'm just curious. And you stay in this just curious. I'm just curious. I don't know too much about their model. I'm just curious. Why do you like it over there? Now, what are they going to tell you? They're going to give you what? You take out that golden pen. I used to have my pen. I don't know what happened to it. Somebody stole my golden pen. Anyways, and so you take out that golden pen, they write in golden ink, and you write down what they say in their words. Because what are they telling you? What's important to them? Oh, I like the marketing. I like the branding. I like the split. I like the this. I like the that. They're giving you exactly what you're going to need to close. Right. And so they're saying, hey, like, what do you like about it over there at Compass? Oh, I like it because blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Hey, I'm just curious. How much is the split over there at Compass? Again, I don't know. I don't know about their model. I'm just curious. Oh, it's 85-15. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, I'm just curious. When does it cap? over there at Compass?
Great question. I love that one.
I'm just curious. When does it cap?
Yep.
Cap? What's a cap?
Never. What? What do you mean? What?
What do you
Oh
mean?
wow, my God. Okay. Well, it's all good. Hey, well, and sometimes maybe they're at a quote unquote better. Well, it caps at 15,000. Oh, okay, cool. 15,000. When do you get it back? I'm just curious.
When do you get it back?
When do
Bam.
you get that cap back? Never. Like I'm at Remax. I only paid $12,000. Okay, cool. When do you get it back?
Love it.
And shut up. I'm just curious. Oh wow. Okay. Well, tell me about the healthcare options.
Hmm.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Do they have passive income streams as well, or is it just like you just sell real estate there? I'm just curious. Huh. Okay. Well, hey, listen. Sounds like I got a better deal over here. I'm always keeping my options open. So thank you for telling me about that model. Sounds like I got a much better deal over here. Best of luck in 2026, brother. I hope you find a house for your client. And before you hang up the phone, wait. What do you mean cap? What the heck is a cap thing? What do you mean you get your cap back? Listen. Now's not the time or place. But if I could show you how it worked, would that be worth 10 or 15-minute meetings, maybe 15-minute meeting over a cup of coffee or something? What do you think?
Hmm.
Right? Very, very simple. Just have the conversation. Right. And that if they don't, and so in some cases you do hang up the phone, like they don't stop you, but you call them back a couple days later. Hey, Johnny, listen, I was thinking about you the other day. And you sound genuinely impressed when you found out that we actually give our agents our cap back. Right. Would you like to, again, now's not the time or place, but it's completely random. Would you be open-minded to learning how this works? Right. Again, just have the conversation.
Hmm.
If I would you.
Yeah.
Has that been helpful? I don't even remember what your question was. Is that helpful, Eva?
No, that was great.
Okay, good.
Tony, somebody said earlier that Dee Dee, that you were thinking about maybe you should invite someone to this call. So this is a great opportunity. Annie and I have done this, and it actually ended up with her recruiting someone, as having someone join. So when you have a guest, you let me know. And what I do is I just pick up the phone. Hey, I'm so excited Dee Dee invited you to the call. Loved having you on. I just tell me the real thing because most of these people are with our company and I want to hear what did you really feel? What did you like? What did you didn't like? What didn't you like? We talk about the call. And then because I'm a neutral party, they'll sometimes ask me questions. And I'll say, that's really great. And then I just modify, I just go with whatever question that they're asking. But you would be surprised at how they feel about the follow up that I want their opinion. And then I turn it back over to Annie. And Annie, how did that work? How did we do that?
Yeah, she came over. She
Yeah.
came over. Yeah. I actually I had Peggy call her after the meeting and just say, hey, it was really
And,
good.
and this isn't for co-sponsor guys. I mean, if that ever comes up, that's great. This was even, I think, last year. I'm happy to do that for you. There always doesn't have to be something for me to help you. Because when we all help each other, we all own this company, we all grow together. So I just want to remind you that I'm here. If you want to invite someone, it's very non-threatening. If you want me to follow up, I don't talk about eXp. I just thank them for coming on. I will, tell them what a great agent you are. And bam, I'd love to hear your feedback on this call. What could I have done better? That type of thing.
Great.
So just want to use
I
that.
love that idea, Peggy. We don't do that for our calls either. We have calls every Thursday. We don't call the new people.
Yeah. So if they want it, I'm happy to do that. I know, where's your Steven? Is he still here? He had his, oh, there. Hey, Steven, Arizona. You're part of Annie's group there.
Eyes on mute.
Yeah,
I thought I hit the button.
that's okay.
Hey, my concern is yes, I have this lady down in the valley. She's a broker, has a small team of about 4 or 5, does high-end horse farms or horse ranches, and she's telling me that she's going to transition to give up her brokerage and transition to Century 21. and they're going to pay her to train. I'm not sure how to and get a conversation going that would support, well, what's $50,000 in income when you can come over here and do this? I don't know how to make that transition. Plus, connecting with somebody with a phone number or phone call, uh, I've been a little scared about that aspect of it also, is how do I get that phone number into the conversation?
Yeah, and so for the lady that's selling the equestrian stuff, or has the equestrian brokerage, that's great. Number one, I don't know, have you already introduced her to our land and ranch division first?
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
so we need to have that conversation, right? But that can be a great lead-in. Like, hey, not sure if you knew this, but eXp actually just recently launched a land and ranch specific division, and then I would probably transition to the open-minded framework, right? And ask her if she's open-minded. Hey, do you consider yourself open-minded? I know you've already made your mind up. You're going to go to C21, right? You're going to go back in time in the time ship to the 80s and going to go back to C21. That's awesome. You can do that. That's cool. Glad you made your mind up. I want you to do what's best for your business. Let me ask you this though. Do you consider yourself an open-minded person? Like just want to know what all your options are? Okay, well, cool. I happen to have a great relationship with the vice president of eXp. Would you be open-minded to meeting with them and hearing about the land and ranch division that they've established and what they can do with your team or your brokerage to help you be able to keep what you've got and do the training and have passive residual income and hit whatever other goal that you're trying to hit in your real estate career? Would you be open-minded to at least learning about it?
I see.
All right. And then that was a two-part question. Excuse me. What was the second part?
It has to do with phone numbers. How do I get the phone number to call you or to call even you, Peggy? I don't know how to
Oh,
do that.
Andy,
That's
put
so
my
good.
number in the chat.
That's that's so good.
Now
And
I have no
so,
excuse.
no more excuses. Here, I'm going to give you this link here.
Are you giving out the hub?
You can do it in the hub. Yes, that is one place. You can reach out in the hub. We also have a brand new, and again, this is you all, this group here,
I didn't know
um,
about this.
is the first group of agents that will get to see this website that we just built. The first, like it just literally launched it today, this morning. And so, yes, we do this for Peggy, we do this for Gene, we do this for y'all, for Don. So when you go here, this is our brand new growth and attraction website. And so on this website, all the frameworks, all the scripts, all the dialogue, all the training, all the stuff that I've covered today is all
Uh-huh.
in here. We have the list builder if you need to build out a list of contacts. We have calculators if they want to do a side by side comparison with their brokerage model versus ours. They want to do rev share calculator to forecast what rev share can look like. Everything that has to do with agent attraction they can get here, and you can book a call, right? And so you click this button, you can book a call. Hey, I'm a potential sponsor. Tell us about yourself. It may autofill if you filled that out before. Otherwise, you give your
Mm-hmm.
information here. You tell us about that prospect. Give us just their information, phone number, email, and then you'll see my calendar pop up here. And my calendar, you can get right on my calendar. You don't have to call me. We don't have to talk. You don't have to text message. You can pop right on my calendar by going here, clicking this button, and giving me your prospect's information, right? Also, again, all of the trainings we do, you want an EXP explained video. We have 4 videos here, long and short for agents, long and short for broker owners and team leaders. Okay. We have webinars here. We have an entire toolkit here for every resource that you could ever need on agent attraction. How to do EXP explained, testimonial videos, on and on and on and on and on and on. Like, so anything that you need, you've got it here. Again, 3-way call, meet the team, all the things.
I am blown away.
And
This is amazing.
And it's
Wow.
searchable, right? The EXP slide deck, the same slide deck that I use all day, every day when I'm recruiting agents, teams, and brokerages, I
Hmm.
gave that slide deck to you. The slide deck I created with our marketing team is yours now. Use it. Like, use it. If you want to know how to use it, you can follow. I have Josie doing a video explaining exactly how to do the slide deck. We've got a one pager. If you don't have time to do a whole slide deck, oh, that one's broken. Let me see. Okay, we got to fix that. Like I said, you all are the first one. It's not even out yet, but any event. So there's a one pager here, and actually, I can go to the deck that shows. Uh, it's in the deck. Yeah, we gotta fix this. Okay, so I'll get this all fixed. But in any event, we will have all of that fixed today so that the slide deck is in there and the one pager's in there. All these are clickable links.
Wow.
And I could just maybe zoom in here so you can see it. So this is sort of the one page value proposition of what eXp is, right? What's everything that eXp provides, and they're all clickable links. And so if you want to talk about making it rain, you can click on this video for making it rain. It takes you to the page for making it rain, FAQs, how it works, videos, all of the things. And on and on. So whatever you need, you can find it here. And we have a search engine as well. If you want to just search for slides. Hey, where's that slide thing again? Boom, you've got it here. You can see all of the slides. Hey, where's the video for eXp Explained? Oh, here's the videos for eXp Explained, right? Luxury. I need about like all of the things you can get from right here from the website. And it will be fixed today.
That, you guys, for those of you who stayed on to the very end of the call, we were at the top of the hour. Bam. I have chills over this. This was fantastic. Well, Tony, what do
Happy
you
to help.
think of our Wake Up Wednesday? Good
Wake
group, huh?
up.
Wake up.
This is an incredible group for everybody that's up at 6 a.m., 8 a.m., whatever time it is where you're at. Get up, get after it, and let's go to work.
I am so grateful for you. This was such a great call. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, man. And we had another great speaker straight off the stage from Build in Dallas. Wayne's going to be here next week. We just keep bringing him on. And, maybe Tony, we can get him on twice a year. If there's any updates, Tony, you can always pop on. We're here. Love it.
I'm available to you.
I hope if you're going to Utah and you're going to walk up to Tony and tell him, hey, I met you on Wake Up Wednesday. I'm so excited to be here. So just remember this, guys. It's in my head. 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Does anybody know what that is? Sherry Harris in my backyard in Cape Coral.
That's right. It's every day set 3 appointments, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Whose mantra was that?
I did that, but Jean does that.
Jean, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. You guys just start doing that and you'll have your appointments. Thank you so much, Tony King. We loved it. Thank you, everybody, for being on the call.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you on Salt Lake.
Can't wait. Bye, guys. The recording will be on our YouTube channel.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much. Thank you, Peggy.
Bye, Dee Dee.
Andy, thank you.
So much.
This was awesome.
It was. It was perfect timing too.
It was great. Are you going to Utah?
I'm trying to work on it. I'm
Okay.
trying to heal my voice. But yeah, I would love to. I would
Good.
love to be there. I don't want to miss out. The speakers are all incredible.
Oh, they are. They definitely
Oh
are.
my
All right.
God, don't miss out if you can make it. Are you going, Peggy?
Of course.
Oh yeah. Thank you for that.
All
I would
right.
love to see you there.
I'd love to see you.
Enjoy.
Take
You look
care, guys.
beautiful. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.